All right, here we go with 6th grade Excel lesson 38. We're going to be learning some little bit more advanced division type problems, long division, and then a couple of more properties, the property of 1 and then the 0 property of addition and multiplication. So here we go with some long division first, and this shouldn't be too tough for you if you can already do long division problems. The kind that you've been given so far. This is just going to make them a little bit trickier. We're going to have 4 digits inside in the dividend, and our answer is going to have 3 digits in it, and there's going to be a 1-digit divisor out here. So here's how you do this. Same way you did your long division problems before. Dead monkeys smell bad. Divide, multiply, subtract, and then bring down. So first we're going to divide. 12 divided by 3 is 4. I don't do 1 divided by 3 because 3 can't go into 1, so I join the 1 with the 2 to make 12. Super important that you line your digits up. Notice that the 4 and the 2 are lined up with each other. I did not write the 4 here. I did not write the 4 here. I put it right above the 2 because I'm putting 3 into 12. And then I do 4 times 3, multiplication, subtract, and get 0. Bring the 0 down. It's important that you go through all the steps, even when you have zeros down here, that you next are going to do 0 divided by 3, which of course goes in 0 times. Again, notice that I put the 0 right above this 0 that I just brought down to here. So now I can, if I want to, I don't really have to do these steps, but you can see that if I do the multiplication step, 0 times 3 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, and then I go to bring down the 5. I could have just brought the 5 right down to here, and it would end up as the same thing, but you know, this shows all the steps right here. So either way. So then I do 5 divided by 3. Oops, that kind of looks weird, but that's 5 divided by 3. And how many 3's are there in 5? Well, there's 1 3 in 5. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. And that 2, there's no number to bring down, so the 2 is my remainder. Then I'm going to check my problem down here by doing 401, my quotient, times my divisor. 1 times 3 is 3. 0 times 3 is 0. 4 times 3 is 12. Then I'm going to add my remainder, and I should have the dividend after I do this, and it does match up, so I'm feeling pretty good about my answer. All right, the problems for the next couple that are blank on your paper are written right there. That's too small for you to see. Then you can just let the video play until you see me write the problem in. If you can't see it though, make sure that you just copy the problem down, pause the video while you're actually doing the math. You need to try these on your own before you see me do them, otherwise you're not going to learn it very well, and it's just going to pile up on your heads, and math is going to get really hard for you. You're going to get very frustrated, you're going to get bad grades, it's just not worth it. So take the couple of minutes to try these problems on your own before you see how I do it. So go ahead and pause the video now, fill in the problems here, here, and here, and here, and then do those on your own and turn the video back on when you're ready for the solutions. All right, this says 1,730 divided by 2, and this one here says $21.14, $21.14 divided by 7. Okay, so first with this one here, 2 goes into 17, since it can't go into 1, that's going to go in 8 times, right? 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract and get 1, bring down the 3. Now I do 13 divided by 2, which is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 13 minus 12 is 1. I'm going to bring my 0 down. And then I do 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And there's no remainder on that one. So I'm going to do 865. Notice where the 865 is written. Got the 5 right above the 0, the 6 above the 3, and the 8 above the 7. Make sure your paper looks the same as that. Don't be slopping these numbers in the quotient up here all over the place. And then I'm going to multiply that times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 1 is 17. 1730, 1730. Looking good. 7 goes into 21 3 times. I'm going to plop a dollar sign in here, and again, keeping the digits lined up, this decimal point is going to come right here for the money, and that's super important that you have this lined up so that this ends up being $3 instead of, say, $30, or if you put it over here, 30 cents. You got to keep everything lined up. 3 times 7 is 21. Subtract and get 0. Bring down the 1. How many 7s are in 1? There are no 7s in 1. And again, you can do 0 times 7 is 0, subtract, you're still going to get 1 down here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down the 4. Notice I did actually do the step of doing 1 divided by 7, and I got the 0. But since it's 0, I don't have to go through any more steps. I can just go right into 7, into 14, which goes in twice. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract and get 0. All right, my answer is $3.02 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 0 times 7 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 3 times 7 is 21. This matches up, so I'm feeling good about my answer. All right, here are, that's with the problems filled in. Okay, here's some properties that you need to learn. The property of 1 means any number multiplied by 1 will have itself as the product, or the answer to the multiplication problem. 1 times 8 is 8, 14 times 1 is 14, a million times 1 is a million. Make sure you keep watching this. Don't pause the video or fast forward, because I'm going to have you putting some marks on your paper to show that you've been paying attention. 0 property of addition means that any number added to 0 will have itself as the sum. 7 plus 0 is 7, 0 plus 23 is 0. So that's a pretty easy one. You can see that the 0 property of addition tells you that you add 0 to a number, you get the same number that you started with. All right, to show that you're paying attention right between these problems right here, I'd like you to write a smiley face to show that you're listening to the video still. So right here in this area where you can see my pen moving around, I want a smiley face right there. If you don't have a smiley face there tomorrow, we'll know you weren't paying attention to the video. Of course, if you're hearing my voice right now and saying that to you, we know you are. 0 property of multiplication means that any number multiplied by 0 will have 0 as the product, or the answer to the multiplication problem. So 9 times 0 is 0, 0 times 356 is 0, a billion times 0 is 0. It doesn't matter what you're multiplying by 0, it's always going to come out to be 0. Remember, using these properties can save you a lot of work on some problems. Isn't that the truth? All right, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.